Texas, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, once again, I'm proud to stand in the well of the Congress of the United States of America. I'm not proud to stand here today for the reasons that I shall articulate. Mr. Speaker, we live in a world where it's not enough for things to be right. They must also look right. And Mr. Speaker, when the federal government separates children from their parents, indeed, mothers from their babies, it does not look right. Some may argue that it is right because of various laws and legislation that might exist, but it doesn't look right for this country, the country that believes in liberty and justice for all. It doesn't look right for the United States of America to separate babies from their mothers. Where is the moral compass? There ought to be an inner voice within us that says there is something wrong here. We're taking a baby from the baby's mother, and we are going to put the baby in a location separate and apart from the mother. The baby needs the mother. The mother is there to nurture the baby. How can we do this in good conscience? We live in a world where it's not enough for things to be right. They must also look right, and this doesn't look right to the world. I have gone to visit these children. I went to Brownsville. I saw the children. They are caring for the children, but the missing element, the most important thing that these children need, was not there: their parents. I went to 3 other sites before going to Brownsville. And Mr. Speaker, I, as a member of the Congress of the United States of America, went to a site in my congressional district, went to other sites. I could not see the children, and I was asked to leave the premises, and I behaved in an orderly fashion. I had 2 forms of identification, but not only could I not see the children, I was asked to leave the property. There is no transparency. This is the federal government holding children and not allowing open access to these children by members of Congress. It's not enough for things to be right. They must also look right. When the members of the Congress of the United States of America cannot see the children that have been secreted in various locations around the country, separated from their parents, not only does this not look right, it isn't right. At some point on this infinite continuum that we call time, we will all have to account for our time. At some point, when the omnipotent, the omnipresent, and the omniscient are one, we will all have to answer for what's happening to these children today. These children belong to all of us in the sense that they are children of our world. And we must answer and account for what's happening to them. So I stand here in the well, a proud member of Congress, proud to be an American, but sad to know that we have not done enough to reunite these children with their parents. Mr. Speaker, if you separate children from their parents, if you take babies from their mothers, you must have a plan to reunite them. When you do not, you are failing not only those parents, but you're failing the future of a great country, because it gives us the appearance of not caring for people who are in harm's way, who have come asking for help. It gives us the appearance of not being that good Samaritan who not only helped the person who was in harm's way, who had been beset upon by thieves, it gives us the appearance of not being that good Samaritan who said, I'm going to help you, I'm going to take you to the end,
Gentlemen,
and I'm
time's
going to
expired.
leave, and I'm coming back and I'll pay more if you need more. This is the United States of America. We can do
Gentlemen's
better.
time's expired.
I yield back the balance of my time.